So now we'll be moving on to some very interesting topics, some very important changes that have been brought in the BNS over the IPC. So we'll talk to Professor Anurag Deep. I would like to appraise the House here that Professor Anurag Deep has contributed significantly to the 279th report of Law Commission on usage of sedition law. So Professor Anurag Deep, we have removed section 124A and we have replaced sedition or Rajdroh with treason or Deshdroh under section 152 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023. Next, we have included terrorist offense as a crime despite having a central UAPA. But here, what is perplexing is that Terrorist Act has been introduced as a crime under the chapter offenses affecting the human body and not in the chapter dealing with offenses against the state. So how do you see this?
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Vageshwari. So I take the last question first. It was a surprise entry that the offense of terrorism is incorporated in the chapter which deals with offenses against human body. While it could be, right place could have been offenses against the state. So I was just thinking, after some surprise, what came to my mind is that probably the parliamentarian and the government of India thought that offenses against the state already contains a lot of provisions. UAPA is already there, but the terrorism, it indeed has resulted into a lot of killings. Around 50,000 people have been killed in terrorist activity. So it seems this is one such reason why the parliament thought that it should be in offenses against human body. We also know, as the Supreme Court has said in POCL versus Union of India, that offense of terrorism is a gross violation of human rights. This may be one such reason why the offense of terrorist act is incorporated under the chapter offenses against human body. The second significant point is that there are some points, Honorable Justice also mentioned it, when UAPA is already there, why it has been incorporated in the Indian Penal Code. The positive side I see is that once UAPA is imposed, the rules of bail are different. You cannot get bail because the provisions of bail are different. But if a person is charged with IPC offenses, the rules of bail, they are regulated by CRPC. So consider a person who is just a first-time offender or first-time accused, like a young person who is just radicalized and made some remarks which comes under Terrorist Act. Now the only option currently is UAPA. After the incorporation of, after the enforcement of this provision, now Superintendent of Police will have two options. One, to charge the person with IPC offense or to charge the person with UAPA. So that goes in favor of the accused. And a sensible police officer probably will not charge the young person under UAPA. This is the first question. Second question is regarding sedition 124A, which is replaced by section 152. So for the convenience, let me analyze what section 152 is. Section 152 can be dissected into 5 parts. The first part says, whoever purposely or knowingly, कोई भी जो किसी उद्देश्य के साथ या जानबूझकर करता है, ज्ञान से करता है, knowingly. Now this is significant. Why? Because section 124A did not contain any mens rea element. Unfortunately, this is a gathering of law people and we need not go into what is mens rea. Think about a provision under section 124A which does not expressly contain any mens rea element. This was one basic reason why section 124A was abused at the drop of the hat since last 50-60 years. So this has been now grossly checked by incorporation of word knowingly or purposely. This is the first part. Secondly, how can it be done? So one can express by words, he can write, by visible representation. Two things has been added. Electronic communication. Now it is the electronic age. There would be hardly any person having no cell phone. There would be hardly any person not using social media. So electronic communication is rightly incorporated, which was not a part of 124A. Then the words which were used in 124A, they were disaffection, contempt, or hatred. Now these were so confusing words that they led to various misuse. So now the words are cessation, which is clear word. It is not like disaffection. Cessation is an entirely clear word. Cessation, armed rebellion, a very clear word. Then subversive activities, separatist activities, and something which goes against sovereignty, unity, or integrity of India. So out of these 5 words, I feel 3 words are very clear: cessation, armed rebellion, and sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. So it is not like that I am speaking something against a minister or against a police officer and a sedition case is registered. Why? Now it is not possible, because one has to see whether the speech, whether the writing leads to feelings of secession, it is against sovereignty or integrity of India. That's why Professor Vageshwari rightly said, and the government stand is also that, it is close to now treason, not like sedition. So it is not easy to suppress the voice of dissent. However, a note of caution, especially for the police officers, because they are the first protectors of human rights, and the courts, which is the second protector of human rights. 2 words: subversive activities and separatist activities, feelings of separatist activities. They should be very alert when they use these things for the purpose of 152, imposition of 152. Now see, it does not use the word against the government. 124A, one of the main reasons of misuse was it uses the word government established by India. So it included state government as well as central government. Now government established by India word is completely removed. So one of the best thing is that mens rea is incorporated. Second best thing is government established by law, it has been removed. Finally, to punishment aspect. Punishment earlier was mere fine. We all will be surprised to know that sedition had mere fine without any incorporeal punishment. A fine could only be a punishment, 124A. Now this has been rightly removed. I say with full conviction, because as Honorable Chair Justice have mentioned Kautilya, that the punishment must be effective. These type of activities are serious activities. Why should a person get only fine? Probably these fine provisions were made in order to give benefit to the English. Second change in punishment is, it has been extended to 7 years. Earlier, it was 3 years. So in case a magistrate or a judge feels that I should give a punishment of 4 years or 5 years, this was not possible, because after 3 years, only life imprisonment could be the punishment. So now, as I again quote, Honorable Justice has quoted Kautilya, it should be fair. So punishment is now up to 7 years. So lastly, explanation has been incorporated. This is one explanation, and this clearly says that expression regarding disapproval against the government is not punishable at all. So with this, I close my remarks. Thank you very much.